Yo, it's A.F.C here, and today we're going to be talking about why Huddersfield Town will be relegated this season. So, to look forward, we need to look back at the 2017-18 season, where Huddersfield were the underdogs last year, beating all odds to finish 16th in the Premier League. Draws against Man City and Chelsea. Although they did lose to Arsenal on the last day, it didn't matter by then. They had already secured their safety, keeping them in the top flight for another season. What a joyous occasion. But now, this season, now they have to deal with a whole new monster, which is retaining the Premier League status for the club. So beginning with the new season for Huddersfield, everyone starts on 0 points and everyone has a chance to win the league. But what happens? The league begins, and the 2018-19 season has been a miserable one for Huddersfield. So before the season started, again, it starts in the transfer market. 2 signings, which were a Dortmund fullback, Eric Durham. He signed him on a 1-year contract. I'm a bit suspicious of this because if you looked more for the long term, you would sign him on a longer deal, but who knows? Okay, that's fine. That's one investment. And then you traded pretty much Tom Ince and brought in the Stoke winger, whose name is Ramadan Sobi or whatever. And yeah, it's just, again, it's not really a marquee signing, and it's not really a sign you want to stay in the league. So these are 2 factors, the reasons why Huddersfield may get relegated this season. And also we go to the stats of the games so far they've played in the Premier League. So to start off this season, Huddersfield have already conceded 16 goals. This is a sign of a leaky defence and prospect for relegation. And then just to make it even worse, they've only scored 3 goals themselves. So that means at least if you was actually scoring goals, you could, make up for the ones you concede. But at the end of the day, once you're not scoring and you're conceding goals, it's just looking like stats that accumulate to resulting in relegation, which is out of the league, parachute money, back down to the Championship. To be fair, when Huddersfield came up, they came up through the playoffs, and fair enough, they won their playoffs, they stayed in the league, but again, it wasn't seen as, I don't think it was built as a long-term project to stay within the Premier League. Otherwise, there'd be much more financial incentive for boosting the squad quality. And yeah, maybe they saw this coming and they plan to use that money to build a proper team to come back into the Premier League. But this has been a very good story for Huddersfield at the end of the day. And to top off Huddersfield's unlikely survival within the Premier League, this season they finish off with a tough round of fixtures. So they'll have Man City, Everton, Chelsea and Arsenal. So if they're not out of the relegation zone by this period of time, let's just say the actual relegation fight and the marketing behind relegation scraps for Sky Sports and BT, you guys can save your money because Huddersfield are going down if this is the result. But if they're not, then all kudos and I hope they stay up. But from me, I just think that it's a bit too much for Huddersfield, and yeah, they would need to pick up points as soon as possible. And yeah, just being last in the goal scoring of the Premier League at the moment isn't a good sign. Also, the factor of the new teams in the Premier League, the new promoted teams are doing very well. So yeah, we'll have to see, but it's unlikely that Huddersfield will survive. Thank you for listening, and follow and subscribe. Thanks YouTube viewership. Comment please, and peace out.